So it is Wednesday night, and wasn't planning on doing anything, but wanted some wine tonight. Red wine. It is a chilly night, and I went with. I haven't been using the Corbin much lately, ironically, and then I did start using it, or I tried to, and I thought it wasn't working. But apparently, cartridges, the argon cartridges, the inert gas that goes in a Corbin, they have an expiration. So I bought some new ones and new cartridges, and I didn't still use it for a while. I was just basically opening up a bottle and having it over 3 nights, but I wanted to try 2 different wines today. Specifically, I wanted to try this Barolo that I talked about the other day, and I was kind of in the mood for Concreto. I just want to validate its purity of fruit and how good in my mind it is. So the 2 that I will be tasting is this 2016, like I said, after discount, $35. So La Zuccardi. It does have the... Sometimes when a Barolo has this specific glass, Albiza, it'll be in this shape, sometimes made in the more of a traditional method than a modern method. Don't know how true that is, or if they just use that as part of the packaging. And that is a 2016, and this is Zuccardi's Concreto. This is vintage 2020, so very, very young. Different glass sizes, but really you can't really see in the video, but I can see them very much. Very dark, purple to the core, can't see through it. The Nebbiolo, the Barolo, you can see through, sort of tawny towards the edge, where this is deep purple. And that is characteristically correct for both of these grape varietals and regions. Where is the Zuccardi from? It's Mendoza? Not sure what part of Argentina. This is the Nebbiolo. And I just, Corvin some a few minutes ago, so I'll touch muted. See if I could trap some of the aromas. There we go. That was a nice whiff of a nice ripening strawberry patch. Sometimes you'll get tar and roses out of Nebbiolo, out of Barolo. Not sure I'm getting the tar. Some roses, not overly floral. More on the fresh red fruit spectrum right now on the nose. I would say in a blind tasting I could probably guess a Nebbiolo or Barolo Barbaresco just because of the acidity and the tannin, and then if you're looking at it, it is slightly lighter. They say you could confuse it with Sangio. Not sure. Haven't done enough blind tastings. Actually, very, very few in my life. Maybe I'll do one sort of soon at this wine tasting I'm gonna host. Well, tannin's there. Acidity's there. It's good. It's better than good, but it's not go buy a case of this. Great for $35 for Barolo, though. It does what Barolo's supposed to do. It does what Nebbiolo is supposed to do. Still could go a while. It is, the tannins are there. They're biting still. Probably needs to decant a little bit. I think with decant, I'm gonna let that one sit longer. It's a good wine though. Hot, a little warming. 14% it says. %14 on this as well. So I expect stylistically these to be just opposite ends of the spectrum. This is dark berries. Blackberry for sure. Sometimes if a Malbec opens up enough, it'll get this blueberry cobbler thing to me. I feel like there's a slight coffee aroma here too. like after you roast coffee, the aftermath of the grounds, the coffee grounds. That's kind of, I'm getting a little bit of that. Yeah, definitely a little of that in blackberry. It's a good wine. I think that's $33, $30, something like that. It's pure. I assume it's just fermented in concrete, hence they call it Concreto, and there's probably no wood at all. It's just Malbec, sort of in its purest form, concentrated for sure. This is not a light-bodied Malbec. This is a full-bodied wine, but without ripping tannins. The tannins are nice and mellow. The Barolo tannins for 2016 are austere compared to this, which these are very mellowed out. This giant bubble. I mean, tannins are there. You know, acidity is much lower than the Barolo. When a comparison here, it's easy to do a comparison. Tannins are lower, acidity is lower, body is, there's more texture overall. But both can be paired with numerous types of foods. Because of the tannins in Barolo, it's pretty versatile, and it's acidity, higher acidity. I think Malbec's sort of in the medium. This is like medium acidity, medium tannin. The Barolo is medium plus acidity and high tannin. So that's a little bit of the Wine Spirit Education Trust, or any studying of wine. You assess acidity and tannin and body. You know, light body, full body, medium plus, whatever it might be. I'd say the Malbec is, I think Malbec's like medium plus body, where the Barolo's like medium. They're so different. There's no like, oh, this is better than the other. I think they both actually are equal in quality. In overall quality for what they both are, I believe they're equal if I had to give them some type of numerical rating. And I will in Vivino, just to sort of remember them. But the scores, Concreto brings me, this Malbec brings me, I enjoy this Malbec, but bottom line, I don't drink that many Malbecs. This one I really like. As soon as I discovered it, when I read the article about what Zuccardi is doing, and I still want to try one of his higher end ones. I believe that they might just be something really special, probably on the level of the Catena wines that are more expensive and really are exceptional at the higher price points. You kind of get what you pay for, I believe, in Argentina, especially with the better producers that are really taking care of the wine and the grapes. Yeah, I think this one's just going to get far better. I think the Concreto is like a good pop and pour. I think the Barolo needs to be decanted. Doesn't say the Malbec can't, but I feel like there's nothing to blow off. It's kind of, I feel like it's already expressing itself as it wants to. And the coffee grounds are very pronounced. Pretty crazy. Good wines. Good wines, and a fun little contrast on a Wednesday. Wednesday? Yes. I ordered some interesting wine, and not based on label, but based on name, and don't want to give away the reason why, so I probably won't talk about that anymore. But the reason I bring it up is that same liquor store happened to have some Greek whites, and I really never got back to the store in Astoria, Queens, that had some of these really nice Atsithikos, Greek white varietal. It's mostly out of Santorini, volcanic soil and just, unfortunately, they've gone so high up in price, but the quality is there. These are the best Greek whites I've ever had. To me, the best wines I've had from Greece are white, especially now that I've discovered. And I found this one Greek white I had, not recently, but I had. It's called the Tselepos. I forget the whole name of it, but Tselepos is the one thing I remember. An amazing acetico. It even had this aged quality to it. It was awesome. I mean, honestly, one of the best Greek whites I ever had. It was outstanding. The Hadzidaki stuff, some of the best aceticos I've ever had, but you gotta pay. Sorted a bunch of those, like one of each of some of the ones they had at that store. So they'll be coming in, and I'll do a little unboxing of those, probably pair them one night with some sushi. I've been dying to do a West Coast uni tasting again with numerous wines. I've seen to go being when I did the uni tastings, I don't remember. No, I did. I used the Ludos, which is one of my favorite Greek whites, if not my favorite Greek white ever. Unfortunately, is it 80? Is it 90? It's insanely expensive, but it is phenomenally good. I think I did that with the uni, and it was unbelievably good. I did not pour out that Chianti from yesterday yet. I'm gonna open it up in a few days and just sort of show some folks what I believe a overaged, improperly handled wine can taste like, and because that wine is it. I do have all these wines here on my bar that one day I'm just gonna go through, like I did the wines by my office and the wines in my kitchen. What does each one mean? Why is it up here? Why am I keeping these bottles with just a cork in them as a decoration in the bar? And I'll go through them. I think the ones I have sort of by my office and maybe upstairs were a touch more meaningful, and where these are just good bottles of wine, and I just wanted to keep many of them. And looking at them, there's at least 20, if not 30 to talk about, and I will have to go through them very, very quickly as I talk about them, but sort of replacing the empty bottle of spirits that I have in the bar. As my spirit collection dwindles, my empty wine bottle collection decoration increases. So it is what it is. That is it for tonight. 2 good wines. See how they evolve over the night. I think the Concreto will stay the same. Pretty sure the Barolo will evolve and be better. How much better, I don't know. I really am rooting for it, because I'm always looking for that sub $40 Barolo to buy like 6 of. Maybe not 12, but 6. I did find that, what was it, GD Barga, I forget, with had a reddish black label. Can't find that. I was running into it everywhere, and now I feel like I can't find it anymore. And I think that was sub 40. Some places had it even a little less, maybe 35, maybe a few bucks less, maybe a few bucks more, anywhere from 30. I feel like from 33 to 37, 38, maybe even 40. And I thought the wine was tremendous for a Barolo. And that's like their entry level, and they make others. I don't know anything about this producer. I know that other producer has higher end wines. This might just be some random producer in Piedmont. I know there's a few Barolos I see in stores that are like $30, and I've had one and I felt like it was pretty terrible for that. I'd much rather go spend $30 on a really nice Chianti Classico or Chianti Classico Reserve. For $30 you get a really nice one, and it'll be far superior to what a $30 bargain Barolo is trying to be, where you could buy a upper echelon type of Chianti. I mean, some of the better Chianti Classico Reserves now are going into the 40s, 50s. As you have the new category, what's the new category? And I'm just blanking. Holy crap. Gran Selezione, and those are getting into Brunello Plus type prices. So, one final sip on both these wines and we'll call it an evening. I can't believe how grippy these they're like sucking all the moisture out of my mouth. It's so crazy. This wine has this youthfulness to it because of how it tastes. Like a bit austere, like a bit of an austere. This isn't an easy. This is definitely should where it is right this moment. This should be paired with food. It would go well, but without food right now, it's not the easiest sipping wine. But you can tell it's got the guts to be great. I think we'll see, but it is a 2016 great vintage out of Barolo, which is pretty much why I bought it. I think I have enough, yeah, 2 of them. I might let the next one just sit, if I can let it sit. I have a tough time letting wines sit too long, although some wines I have that I've sat on for a fair bit of time. My most expensive wine in the fridge behind me, I think is an 08. I think it's an 08. It's definitely a Hermitage, so Northern Rhone from Chapoutier. And I think it's Le Pavillon. And I think I paid $250 to $270, and I think now it retails for newer vintages at least $400, if not higher. So it's got to be getting to that point where I might want to either Corvin a glass or see how it's evolving. This is where the Corvin's perfect. You have an expensive one, you Corvin, you see how it is, and hey, is it ready to go, or do you just have to wait longer? Especially on a bottle of wine that expensive, you could really stretch out the length of that bottle, the enjoyment of that bottle over a few years. I think if you Corvin something, you can go back to it in that year easily. I haven't done beyond that I know of, because I'm sure I have a bottle or two of probably Corvin and didn't even realize it. But I haven't really done anything beyond 6 months, and I've had no issue believing that wine has degraded at all. No degradation that I can tell. I'm gonna take it back. The Zuccardi Concreto is evolving too. So every wine can help. Every young wine can develop and expand and become more expressive with oxygen, with decanting. These are just in the glass, but call it a miniature decanter if you want. But open a wine, take a sip, see what it tastes like. Go back to it after a half hour, take another sip, see what it tastes like. Go after an hour, see what it tastes like. Go after 2 hours, go after 3. There is a progression as that wine evolves. Now, there is somewhere where I think it just falls off, and there's just really no more for it to change. Well, both these wines are evolving, so over the course of tonight, I will enjoy these 2. I might let these sit a little longer. I have some white I can enjoy in the meantime while these slowly evolve. But of course, a 18-minute video on me just yapping about 2 wines. But sometimes this is what you do. You sit down, you pontificate, you relax on Wednesday, hump day, and think about tomorrow. Have a good night.